I was pretty uninspired at the time about writing the music. Go Let It Out, it stands head and shoulders above anything else. It's a New York fucking hipster tune, man. It's up there with some of the best things I've ever done.
Didn't we have a loop on it from...
Oh, from Austin Powers.
No, it wasn't Austin. No,
it was. No, it's from Austin
No,
Powers.
it wasn't from Austin Powers. It was from Thingy. The fucking old Magic Roundabout. Not Magic Roundabout, dude.
That was...
Windy Miller. Remember Windy Miller? Remember Windy Miller?
You know, I remember the Magic Roundabout.
No,
the Magic Roundabout.
No, it was Windy Miller. Trumpton.
There was the bit in the middle where, before it goes into the Go Let It Out bit, there was lots of sound effects.
Oh, it was the bollocks. It's like fucking...
This is shattering everyone's fucking illusions.
But
they have you as great songwriters, and it's Trumpton and Austin Powers.
No, it wasn't. Austin Powers, I don't know about the Austin Powers.
No, I remember the beginning bit started with the drum loop, and Austin Powers saying something like, "Kids have been taking mind-bending drugs since
I remember that,
the 60s. I mean, it was only for personal fucking use. It's never going to make it on the record.
So there's basically a Trumpton bootleg.
Somewhere. All our demos
are fucking top. They're not flying about. They're in my fucking house.
They're actually quite fucking, they're quite wild.
Hidden in between a fucking apple, a sliced apple. But I'm gonna have to scoot 20 minutes.
I'll be alright. Wouldn't even be alright.
Okay, we'll let him get off and then we'll crack on, eh?
We'll do the proper
interview. Yeah, we'll do the
yeah. We just go to a wide angle just for like the 2 or 3 things.
We'll tell him the real title then.
Yeah.
It was the tune, as I remember, that changed everything.
Maybe I don't really want to know how your garden grows, 'cause I just want to fly.
It seemed to be one day we were a certain kind of band. I mean, it was written before the record deal or anything like that, and then that set off a chain reaction that everything followed from that.
Maybe I just want to fly, want to live but don't want to die.
There was the tune that got us a record deal really. Once McGee heard it, he was like, fuck, you know. Didn't get any more money out of the cunt, though.
Things I'll never see.
At the time, it was written in the middle of grunge and all that, and I remember Nirvana had a tune called "I Hate Myself When I Want to Die," which I was like, well, I'm not fucking having that. As much as I fucking like him and all that shit, I'm not having that. I can't have people like that coming over here on smack, fucking saying that they hate themselves and they want to die. That's fucking rubbish. And I'm not saying it was written directly as a retort to that, but that was my thinking. Was fuck that, man. Kids don't need to hear that nonsense. It seemed like to me he was a guy that had everything and was miserable about it. And we had fuck all, and I still thought that getting up in the morning was the greatest fucking thing ever because you didn't know where you'd end up at night, you know. And we didn't have a pot to piss in, but it was fucking great, man.
Oh, it was nice going on stage playing that tune when you got all these other fucking indie bands like diddly diddly diddly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's who we were playing with at the time. You know them people.
I know the fucking people.
So it was like when we dropped that, man, you know, and I'm talking like fucking aight, when we dropped it and stuff, it was fucking, we knew we would have bollocked.
When that was released, you know, looking back over the sort of Oasis history, that was a turbulent time, wasn't it? That was arrests and all sorts. And
it was fucking, being back them fucking days, man.
It was kind of a soundtrack for it, though.
Taking the kids to school, I'm going to fucking leather fucking someone tomorrow at fucking like 9:15 tomorrow, just to get back in the papers and back them handcuffs on me. You know what I mean? The feeling of having them handcuffs, man, brought out the gayness in me.
Every time we play it, it's brilliant. When he sings the first line every night, it's kind of, you know, you're at a fucking gig there. That's why I always play it early on. It's like, it's fucking gonna kick off here now. Nobody at the record company had any say in what we've done. Now, usually when that happens, it's kind of like, all right, see the ball guy, he's got to go, right? And there's not been none of this shit about drugs, because now you're working for the fucking man and you're a commodity. We forget this shit. we just documenting where we were at, and we were doing shitloads of fucking drugs at the time. And that was shocking, you know, like the drugs is like having a cup of tea quote. There was TV crews outside my house for 3 days after that. Michael Howard, the then Home Secretary, was like, he should be kicked out of Oasis the same as Brian Harvey was kicked out of E17. Really? Well, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? You know, the bonehead going in, yeah, we've had a meeting and you're a fucking liability. And you've got to fucking go. You know what I mean?
Like Brian Harvey.
But yeah, I'm sorry, but you've got to fucking go. And but now, inject crack up your fucking arsehole and washing up liquid into you know what I mean? Back in the day, we were like public enemy number 1 and 2.
You bought a boat? Is it a boat?
A boat?
Aye.
No.
It's mental.
I've got a boat. I've got a boat. I never bought it though. It came with an house that I purchased.
Seriously?
Yeah.
This is one for a friend of mine at the back.
It's quite a melancholy song about leaving.
All
those songs around that time, around the Definitely Maybe time, are all about leaving somewhere and arriving somewhere else, and it's all going to be fucking great in the end.
I would like to leave this city, with this old town I can feel the morning sun running around my mind.
They said they'd done this sitcom thing, and they wanted to use an Oasis song. I'd have thought they'd have Married with Children, I would have thought would have been a better bet. But they asked permission and we've seen it, the Royal Family before. I still think it's one of the best, and Jim Royal is an absolute hero of mine. And
the silences, man, I love that.
Yeah.
They can't give me the dreams of the mind anyway. Half the world away. I've been lost, I've been found, but I don't feel now.
there's a real early one. It kind of documents that period of like, right, I'm leaving this place and I'm going to London. There's too many people to piss off to stay up here. You're right, lass. I guess subconsciously, we always knew we were never going to stay in Manchester. Even him
Get on the fast track to death.
thinking about buying a bar is the devil's way of saying, you got too much money.
What about you, like,
What a big ye.
do you buy properties?
Property.
Do all that stuff?
No, I'd stick it in the bank.
Of course he does. He's got shit. I've got half an house. He's got about fucking 9. Lives in the smallest one. What's all that about?
That's not true. It's just a great song. Should have been a single. I got slagged off at the time as well, you know.
How many space that people change? How many lives are living strange? Where were you while we were getting high?
That's one song that we've, ever since it was released, I think we've played it every night, where possible. So that's,
It's a tune, man.
it is a tune.
Where were you while we were getting high? Sometime you will find me company for last night in a champagne supernova on the sky.
Just before we went in to record Morning Glory, it was a real great period for us. We were sat on a tour bus in Germany. We got to this hotel early, so none of the rooms were ready.
How he remembers all this
So
stuff?
we sat in the car park, right?
Are you fucking 100% sure
I
on
am
that?
100% sure. I put one of my houses on it. So somebody says, we're going in to do Morning Glory next week. Have you got any tunes for the new album? And I said, well, we went up to the back line, so I'll play them for you if you want. And I played Delore and fucking Cast No Shadow and all this, and played Champagne Supernova in its entirety on acoustic guitar, and looked up and at the end, Bonehead was crying. You've not just written that, have you?
Toy. I love you.
But Bonehead was crying, and I was looking at him thinking, you fucking soft lad, either that or it's shit.